Hello, BookTube. I have some mail for you on this sultry, sultry Friday, the first day of a projected heat wave in Boston. And first thing this morning, I wasn't thinking that was going to happen. I thought it was another thing where the professional weather services just were completely wrong. But no, the heat has jumped up dramatically during the day. So it's nice and hot and humid, bright and warm. And it's projected to be even worse on Saturday and Sunday. Just a very hot and humid, bright, brassy weekend. Perhaps followed by a front and thunderstorms and a drop of 25 degrees, so we shall see. But in the meantime, I have a small mail haul for you, but it's only small in terms of the number of packages. 2 of the packages are normal, and 1 is an enormously huge box that I suspect is from one of you. I suspect that we're setting up a pattern here where you just all send me presents. We shall see. I could be wrong. Let's do the normal packages first. They won't take us long. Okay, I think we saw this already. Did we see this already? Or maybe not. This is a forthcoming novel. It's a paperback original, and it's a debut. Those are both great things. Those are both fantastic. So this is going to be a $17 paperback, and it's a debut novel. So, $17 is highway robbery, but it's not so exorbitant. You could take a chance on this and just postpone that latest Blu-ray disc or whatever it is you kids play in your machines and your Walkmans. I don't know. This is The Churchgoer by Patrick Coleman. It's an L.A. noir novel, I believe. This haunting literary novel is about one man's brush with the toxic, contradictory underbelly of Southern California in his search to find a woman who he suspects may be involved in an evangelical megachurch with dark secrets. In Mark Haynes' former life, he was an evangelical youth pastor, a role model, and a family man, until he abandoned his wife and daughter and his beliefs. Now he's making time between sunny days surfing and dark nights working security at an industrial complex. His isolation is broken when Cindy, a charming 22-year-old drifter he sees hitchhiking on the Pacific Coast Highway, hustles him for a breakfast and a place to crash. Man. When his co-worker is murdered in a robbery gone wrong and Cindy disappears on the same night, Haynes knows he should let it go and return to his safe life of solitude. Instead, he's driven to find out where Cindy went under stranger and stranger circumstances. Soon, Mark is chasing leads, each one taking him back into a world where his old life came crashing down into the seedier side of Southern California's drug trade and ultimately into the secrets of an evangelical megachurch where his past and his future are about to converge. And this is set in the early 2000s because, of course, we're seeing that, right? In almost every piece of contemporary fiction that we're seeing. We're seeing an author intentionally setting things before the prevalence of the internet, before the ubiquity of cell phones. It could be that all of a sudden, 4 out of every 7 contemporary novelists that I'm reading just has some sort of fascination with the late 90s, the mid-90s, and the early 2000s, but I doubt it. I think it's that they're looking at that as a way to artificially solve some problems. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but there's got to be a reason, and it can't just be thematic or aesthetic. It has to be practical. And this is indeed the author's debut work. He had a debut. He has a debut collection of poetry coming out from Tupelo Press. His debut poetry collection, Fire Season, forthcoming from Tupelo Press, won the 2015 Berkshire Prize. Okay, so this is his debut. All right, great. So is this out soon? I of course want to read this right away. July 30th. It is out soon. So it probably might be in stores now, for all I know. So I can read this right away. That goes right to the top of the list. Then we'll do the second normal package here, and then we will voyage into box territory. So what is this next one? Oh my. Oh goodness gracious. Okay. This isn't for me. I have somebody who is going to want this a lot more than I do. This is by Thomas Philippon, and it's called The Great Reversal: How America Gave Up on Free Markets. As Democrats and Republicans clash daily about the nation's economic discontents, Thomas Philippon, one of the most respected financial economists in the world, combines powerful storytelling and data to show that most of them are missing the elephant in the room. American markets are a mess and getting worse. Once the most competitive, providing a model for how capitalism can be managed for the benefit of consumers, they are increasingly rigged for the benefit of the biggest corporations. Meanwhile, the EU is beating America at its own game, doing what we used to do to keep internal market competitive for the benefit of ordinary citizens. If Democrats want greater equality and Republicans believe in free economic competition, they should agree on at least one thing. It's time to fix America's markets. I think I have a freelancer for this. I think I have a reviewer for this book. It is certainly not me. So this comes out from the Belknap Press in late October. Plenty of time to get it in the mail and winging its way to the great north. Okay, markets, a market analysis. All right, now the box. Let us see. Let us see what this is. It is huge, just huge. Oh, that suddenly has Frida's attention. Because now she's wondering if maybe there's a toy. The last time there was a box, there was a toy. I don't know, baby girl. I don't know what's in here yet. We'll find out together. All right. What is this? It is huge. What have we got here? Okay, it is from one of you. It's a box full of presents from one of you. I tell you, you people are utterly mystifying to me. You really are. Okay, all right. It's for me and the bean. It's a box full of presents for me and the bean. You people mystify me. You really do. If every one of you, if each one of you donated $1 a month to my neglected Patreon, if every one of you donated $1 a month to the ranks of Snap, then I could easily quit the box factory and finally put out a decent number of videos in a day. But you aren't willing to do that. But you are willing to send me presents all week long, to call in store credit of a generous amount at the Prattle Bookshop here in Boston. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at all this. Oh, it has the bean's intense attention. And no wonder. We have puppy Peroni. We have puppy treats. 2 bags of them. Oh, look at that. A hardcover copy of Mason and Dixon by Thomas Pynchon. I am copiously on record as considering this to be his best book. Better than Gravity's Rainbow. And funnier and more intense and more interesting than anything else he's ever done. I think it's a total success. And now I have a beautiful hardcover with a plastic covering over the dust jacket. How wonderful. Of course. The double stuffed Oreos. Because the last batch is gone completely. I swear, you people. I mentioned the other day, I have a couple of paperback copies of the short stories of Frank O'Connor. And I mentioned he's a great Irish short story writer. Everybody should read him. Short story writers, aspiring writers, should study what he does on the page. And I mentioned that I have 2 trade paperbacks, but that I really want a nice hardcover. Here's a nice hardcover. The Best of Frank O'Connor. From the Everyman Library, these lovely editions. Incredible. Just incredible. And lastly, look at the size of this thing. The complete New Yorker cartoons in hardcover. Amazing. Just amazing. And it has the discs, which include them all. And I have a MacBook that will play them. Amazing. Just amazingly generous. Thank you so much. And Frida thanks you, because she has pepperoni treats that are going to go over like a house of fire. Well, obviously I can't do a Steve pile because these things are too big, but that is amazing. The Best of Frank O'Connor. Boy, oh boy. All right, well, that has... I now have competition with the churchgoer. I want to read this right away, even though there's no need for me to read Frank O'Connor right away. Incredible. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is amazing. So we have the churchgoer. We have a book about American markets that's going to go right over my head. Then we have Mason Dixon by Thomas Pynchon. We have The Best of Frank O'Connor. We have a gigantic collection of New Yorker cartoons. Then a package of double stuffed Oreos. and 2 packages of pepperoni dog treats for the little bean. Incredible. You people are amazing. All right, I'm going to wrap this up and go share the bounty. But I'll be back. Thank you, Book 2.